think, just looking back like
Yeah.
that startup, even though as painful as it is to get laid off, is like, that's where I met my life partner. That's where I met Rustin. That's
Right.
where, these really big relationships. So I think that's a core part, just having strong relationships with one another.
So
But
just,
yeah, yeah, go.
I guess to dive a little deeper there. So I guess what you're saying is like you got sort of addicted, I guess, to that kind of startup culture. It sort of provided a canvas from which you sort of. I've noticed that as well. Kind of, just I think a lot of people when they start thinking in a entrepreneurial sort of mindset or in that environment, a lot of relationships, good and bad, tend to form. So that's
Totally.
pretty interesting. So then what happened, I guess, when how did what happened after that? Or what was the next couple of years like?
Yeah, I left that startup. I went to a local Chicago startup. That's where I'm based out of. And was able to spend 4 years there, really just learning from two founders that were not technical themselves. They were finance professionals, and then learned how to code, built a platform, hired me. I helped, led to a nice exit, got to work for the company that acquired us for a while. And Rustin, I can pass it back over to him to explain what he did after.
I went to a local startup in Oklahoma City, which is where I'm located,
Yeah.
and I feel extremely lucky to have found that place and worked there. Um, they're still great friends of mine, and I was able to learn a lot of the ins and outs of startups that I would not be able to get that kind of experience or exposure in a larger organization. And so that was a very formative time in my career. And I kind of learned through that what I excel at, what I'm good at. Also learned how to just build processes and learn how to scale, um, parts of an organization that I was in control of. So from there, I went on a deep dive into the blockchain industry. And the more and more that I researched, the more and more that I became convinced that this is a way to provide better rails for the financial system. And that was something that I felt very convicted that I wanted to be a part of. And so I left my great position at that company to go full-fledged into this industry, and then worked for a company for about a year and then started Coast.
Got it. So take me a little bit through your guys' kind of interest in the industry. I mean, like what industry do you consider yourselves in, first of all, and how did that kind of interest come about? Because I think like most founders that I meet who start, they have like a career and then start a business. It's usually a particular interest in a certain niche. So